Boom. We back, baby! Alright. We back. Let's go. What's my sin? Get out of here. Hey, Lilith. That was good. I got Panera. I had a gift card, so free lunch. Pretty sick. Pretty sick. That and I have caffeine in my system now. So I can power through the rest. Yum yum yum.
I can see you down again, falling to the ground again. I feel you try to fight it on your own. I'll help you light your fire. I'll take your hand, raise you up higher. You can dare to live. Stand up, be the hero you need, the dreamer you dreamed of. Speak up, scream in the mirror. You're free, you're free, you're free now. Light up, you can feel the heat of the spark, the beat of your heart. You can dare to live Goodbye to the misery. Write another better history. You're fearless. Even fear's afraid of you. I won't let you turn back now. Even if you're down and now you're healing. And I'm here. I'll help you light your fire. I'll take your hand, raise you up higher. You can dare to live. Stand up, be the hero you need, the dreamer you dreamed of. Speak up, scream in the mirror. You're free, you're free, you're free now. Light up, you can feel the heat of the spark, the beat of your heart. You can dare to live I'll help you light your fire. I'll take your hand and raise you up higher. You can dare to live. Stand up, be the hero you need, the dreamer you dreamed of. Speak up, scream in the mirror. You're free, you're free, you're free now. Light up, you can feel the heat of the spark, the beat of your heart. You can dare to live again.
Yeah, I'm locking in. Because I want to get all these done, and I know people are gonna make suggestions while I'm drawing. So I'm trying to lock in. And I have energy now, so. Again, I continue to make the stupid circle on the same layer that I draw. Drawing real people in my style is always fun, because I think I'm pretty good at getting likeness down, but it's always fun to practice. I think I'm decent at it. I can definitely, like, improve. But, you know, for first attempt, not bad. Especially people I've never drawn before. No idea who this man is. I know it's Doctor Who, because I know it's Jay's. Thank you. See, here's the thing. People tell me that. They're like, oh, I love your style. It looks like you. Couldn't tell you what my style is. Couldn't tell you. It is just a hodgepodge of everything I've ever drawn. And it changes all the time. But I like the way I do noses now. I don't understand the artists that don't draw noses. Like those anime artists that just don't draw a nose. It's Jocelyn. But like, they just straight up don't draw any noses. Noses are the most interesting part of the face to me. No, I looked at them before. Yeah, change. Go back. There we go. Yeah, it does. I don't like it. Or the people that, like, their nose... I'm gonna do a sketch. But, like, it's... Like, it's like... And that's the whole nose. The whole... That's the whole nose. The one line. I don't get it. It looks very strange to me. It's like, oh, that's a nose. No, it's not. That's not a nose. Or, like, even that. I'm like, that's not a... Why do they look like a cat? Like, that's how I would draw, like, a cat's nose. You created a cat. That's not a person. No, you draw bridges. You draw nose bridges. You put like a little thing for the bridge of the nose. I'm talking about like when it's just one line and that's all you see for a nose. It doesn't make any sense to me because I feel like looking like a side profile, I feel like that would be so difficult to draw because you don't know what the rest of the nose looks like. You only know that one little line. It doesn't make any sense. If you don't draw the bridge of the nose, I don't get how you would know what the rest of the... Or even, like, just like a... Like that. That works, because you have this. You have the bridge of the nose. You have a little... Because even, like, a... Even that makes sense to me. Because you have the line. You have a bridge. But when it's just eyes, flat expanse, and then nothing. Hello. But that doesn't make any sense to me. Yes, it is.
Caught in the madness, I feel you somehow. Don't let me go, I need
It
you
is gonna be
right
long,
now.
but I am well caffeinated.
Next to you, you wanna be next to me. Holding our paper hearts, fading out broken dreams. I wanna be next to you, you wanna be next to me. Holding our paper hearts, fading out broken
Nice. Nice. Slay. I had one of those when I was a kid. I remember it vividly. You did win. That's how I feel whenever I go to a store and they have anything Transformers. Anything at all. I see like a lunchbox and I'm like, I win. It's like, that's for me. Obviously, they put it there just for me, you know?
Tell me that you wanna stay, baby, just don't walk away. I need you now. Faded,
Obviously, it's for me. That's how I feel when
fighting through
I'm
the
gonna
lies.
go off. When they do when they put Kurt, when they put Nightcrawler in Marvel Rivals, that's gonna be for me. John Rival did that specifically for me to make me feel better. John Rival literally looked at me and went, you know, I think we need to put Nightcrawler in Marvel Rivals, and that's gonna be for me. He's gonna do that for me personally, and I appreciate that. Because that's my wife. So, there we go. There we go. Jay will be thrilled. There we go. There we go. That's my wife. Nightcrawler. Kurt Wagner, my wife. I love him so much. I miss my wife, Tails. It is! It is! I have no idea who that is. I know it's Doctor Who. I never watched Doctor Who. I know I probably should. I probably, knowing me and knowing everything else I enjoy, I'm sure I would adore it. But I don't got the time for that right now. Kind of? Kind of. I have a mask that I made in high school for we had for our homecoming that year was masquerade themed. So we made masquerade ball masks in my art class, and I finished 3 of them very quickly. And then for the 4th, I asked if I could just make whatever I wanted for a mask because we had so much paper mache left. And my art teacher was like, yeah, of course, because she loved me. And he's somewhere around here, but I have a mask that I made that is so now you got me thinking of where it is Casey Jones, his like hockey mask, specifically Rise Casey. I have that as a mask that I made. It's okay. And I like cut out sunglasses, like the lens of sunglasses. I popped those out of cheap ones and I like trimmed them and glued them in, so it's like there's actually like a shade over the eyes. It's pretty cool. It is very sick. I like that mask a lot. I don't know where it is, actually. I'm like looking around, I'm like, where would I have put that? No idea. I actually was thinking about making like a little mask, because I want to do, because once I start doing, for streams, I don't, depending on how long the stream is, I don't know if I could wear a mask for 10 hours, but, when it comes to Artist Alley conventions, I want to wear one. I want to make one that I wear to conventions. Because I still have that craft idea. This is totally off topic, just on the topic of crafts. I still gotta make that hammer, Warhammer, out of monster cans. That's gonna be its whole video. Because I have the cans. I have all the cans. Hold on. I'll show you my haul. So this is half of them. This thing, it's filled to the brim. This is all monster cans. All of it. Make sure I'm not doxing myself. But all of those are empty monster cans. And I also have all of the, I have like 30 more in this drawer over here. So I'll be able to make a good-sized hammer when I get to that, because I'm gonna get some PVC from Lowe's and make a hammer. Alright. Next one. My mother, she's waiting for me just across the... Oh boy. Nope. Alrighty, who's next? The Google form already shuffled all of the suggestions that I've gotten. So I just have to draw them, and they're already in a randomized order, which is pretty sick. My cat has given up on trying to be a part of this, which is probably for the best.
this endless midnight. It's harder in the nighttime, unraveling from tainted paradise. It pulled me under, silver tongue telling me lies. Somebody's lover, it was the
Art hot takes? Well, we were talking earlier. I don't like when people draw noses. I think noses are some of the most important parts of the face. Like, I put a lot of detail into my noses, like here, and I love drawing a good bulbous schnoz. And I hate when people draw noses and they go face, eyes, and that's the nose. This little microscopic thing isn't. When that's your nose, for real, that's your nose, especially when the eyes are like massive and the mouth ends up being massive, and then this tiny little thing is a thing that makes up most of your face. Like, look at your own face. Like, that's gonna make up a good bit. Even if you have a shorter nose, that's still gonna make up a good center bit of your face. And even like that looks like a rabbit. What do you mean that's a nose? You gotta do that because like it's this little bit. You gotta put like even that or this, and that's so much better automatically. Look at that. That's a whole nose, not this weird little speck. It's like, yeah, that's a nose. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but that is my hot take, is that. Another hot art take is this one's definitely more serious, but people who do not draw people of color and darker skin tones because they don't know how, learn. Like, it's not hard. It really isn't. Especially people that are drawing this like super like realistic portraits, like they know their anatomy, they know their stuff. I can understand more from the perspective of like a beginner artist, like, because learning color theory and all that stuff is just part of the steps. You're learning all of that stuff. But if you're already good at all those things, and I can like your color theory is already on point, you know your anatomy, whatever, and you just don't draw or like any dark skin tones at all. Weird, off-putting, strange, very strange. Then I guess it is a hot take. If you've never heard anyone complain about it before, that's a personal hot take, I guess. Because I feel strongly about it. Whenever I see an art style, I understand. Here's the thing, is it's not, because look what I'm drawing about, no nose. There's a difference between no nose and actually drawing a nose. People that go like halfway with drawing, they're like, oh, I'll put a little something. Either draw a nose or don't draw a nose. I feel like people who don't draw noses at all, I'm like, whatever. Exactly. It's like, that's a nose. This is a nose. That's not a nose. And the face is like this big. Nose is here. It's this itty bitty thing. Eyes are this big. Mouth is here. And then this itty tiny little dot is a nose. I don't think it's entirely like wrong. Like, I'll never tell anyone that their art style is like incorrect, because that's dumb. But personal preference, I think it looks worse to not draw a nose at all. I think it looks worse to draw that little speck than to just not have a nose. Like, just don't draw the nose then. Another specific hot take, I don't know. I never knew I was this passionate about drawing noses, because now I'm going on another rant. I think Transformers look weird without noses. I think it looks strange. I think the only case this works is Transformers Prime. That's the only case where I'm like, okay, that kind of makes sense. In general, they look so much better with noses. It looks so much better. It really does. I think only in some cases, like they look better with a nose. Every time I draw them or see someone draw a TFP design with a nose, I'm like, that looks so much better. Automatically, that looks way better. It just does. I never knew I was this passionate about noses, but I am. Why is there Fresh Prince? Okay. But that's my hot take. If you were looking for some steamy hot goss, that's what I got for you. Noses and racism. I think it's metal, but like a soft metal, like tin. Like tin is a soft metal, aluminum is a soft metal. I think it's kind of like that. In my personal vision, I think Transformers faces are like a soft tin. Like my guy here. I think faces are soft tin because then it's more malleable. Because then they're able to like do full expressions and stuff. It's more flexible, but it's still metal. You know? My lips are chapped to hell. It went cold to hot to cold all over the place. You keep getting me on tangents, guys. I'm never gonna finish all of the suggestions at this point. But I love a good tangent. I just get distracted and don't draw. Big old stippers. Big old stippers. There we go. Epic. Look at it go. Fantastic. Perfect. We're getting a good variety in here. Horrifying. Dear God. Watching this, and it going from, oh man, these these little tortures suck. They're peeling off his skin. Crazy switch up. Wild. Went straight from, oh man, it's my mom. Alligators, body dysmorphia. Your skin is gone. I take your skin. What the fuck? What the? It was awesome. It was really cool, but Jesus. Isn't he beautiful? Oh yeah. Look at him go. He's great. Look at him. Perfect. No skin allowed. He's not allowed to have skin. No skin for you. No skin allowed. Bro is worried. Bro is sweating. Let him. He's worried. He's standing next to the hose. I didn't say that. Please don't listen to the words I say. Please don't listen to the words I say. They're irrelevant and stupid. My posies are cold. It's cold. Okay, who's next? Alright. Lilith, you're gonna be so happy. If you're still here. If you still love me and you're still here. I'll do this one, just for you. Enjoy your baby. I haven't drawn 2012 in... God. When's the last time I drew a turtle? That's crazy. I gotta think about it. I don't remember. That's crazy. I don't remember. You got weird little heads. There you go. There we go. Next year. Here you go, Lilith. Here you go. There you go. Hey, Lilith. Keep clicking the wrong things. She is a little loser. I do love him. 2012 is great. I love 2012. That was my show. When I was like 10, that was my show. It really was. Me and my brother would wait for new episodes to come out because we had on demand, so we could pre-record. We would set it to our VCR, not our VCR, our I don't remember, but we set it to record, so they would record the episodes and we would watch them. It's peak. It really is. It's so good. 0.5 okay. Okay. 2012 is peak. It really is. 2012 is awesome. I love 2012. We got a good collection going here. Look at that. We're trucking along. Okay. Bye, Lilith. Hello? I'm faring well. Doing good. Took a break for lunch, so that's all that matters. So now I'm caffeinated and haven't eaten. Which is good. Good thing. Just pushing through each suggestion. Got a good collection. It has grown. looks so stupid. I love it. Doing a 0.5 of Kinger. That was one of the suggestions. Big fan. Make him look as stupid as possible. I love him so much. There he is. Isn't he beautiful? Perfect. Look at him in all his glory. I love him so much. That's my silly dude. He's perfect. He's perfect. He could do no wrong. He's great. I accidentally killed Cain. Who cares? Who cares? It's not your fault, King. You can do no wrong. Who cares if you accidentally killed your AI son? Perfect. We got the perfect trio right here. Look at that. So many thoughts. This is how my cat looks at me. Not a single thought in their head. No one in there. Trying their best. You can see how hard he's trying to form a thought. Maybe he's just thinking about his beautiful wife. Hmm.
There's a big bright red balloon in a blue sky, dancing circles round your head. All you wanna do.
You said it right. Skidig. Pumby, Kex, and Linger. Perfect. Okay. Hold on. Why is that ending? Should this be my new profile picture? Just this? Perfect. Alright. Oh yeah, someone told me to do this trend. This trend with 2 random characters. You guys want to think of some random characters, I'll do this. I'm not gonna tell you who's gonna be who. Think of those random characters, and when I come back, I'll be drawing these fellas. All right, I'll be right back. Think. Alright, I'm back. What y'all got? What'd y'all cook up? Oh. Okay. Huh. These are certainly options. There's certainly options, and you have picked them. That's a little better. Okay. It's very bright right now. Because the sun's starting to set, so it's doing its last hurrah. Okay. I think I'm gonna do... Look at these. I'll pick one from each of you. I think we're gonna do... Man. I think we're gonna do Slushy from Chicken Nugget and can't resist the owl from the Tootsie Pop commercials. I'm gonna do Slushy from Chicken Nugget and the owl from the Tootsie Pop commercials. Great choice, guys. Jesus. Alright. Let's do it. I think this calls for... We're starting a new sheet. We're gonna start a new sheet, guys. Say goodbye to all these doodles. Bye, doodles. Bye, sketches. And now they're dead. You know what? Yeah. It's gonna be... What the hell? Alright, let's do it. I've never once had to look up a reference for the owl from the Tootsie Pop. I do think it was some good choices. I agree. Good picks, guys. What the hell? Great. Good picks. Alright. You know how much I love owls? I love owls an unnormal amount. Like, it is ridiculous how much I adore owls. I have a barred owl that lives in the woods outside my house. Real. No, I think it's good that we picked like 2 animal characters. I think it's what makes it best. I think these are some good options. Ooh. How do we feel about changing the owl from the Tootsie Pop? How do we feel about changing that from that to Lex Luthor? To make this just the worst possible combination we could. I wish it was a barn owl. I wish it was a barn owl that lived outside my house. Nothing against barred owls, but I wish it was a barn owl. I love barn owls. They're so pretty. They're gorgeous. I just love owls. They're probably my favorite creature. Sweet. So we're gonna do We're gonna do Lex Luthor and Slushy from Chicken Nugget. Horrifying. This is awful. Alright, let's do it. I obviously have to make Lex Luthor the one that's being freaky. Obviously, right? Like I don't think there's any other option. I don't think I can, like, it has to be. It's the funniest option. You have to pick the funniest one. Lex Luthor, Lex Luthor is the bald man in Superman lore who is evil and gay for Superman. I'm a huge superhero nerd. He's evil and gay for Superman. I'm just altering the reference a little bit. But it truly is a horrible combination of the two. Him I don't need a reference for. Bald evil man. That's about it. Evil and bald. Green suit for some reason. He makes bad fashion choices. Weird, he's thirsting for someone who isn't Superman. Freak. This is too big. Yeah. It's a pretty great combo. Good picks, guys. We'll shine for his bald head. It's so silly. I'm so curious. What are you guys doing while watching this? Are you just... Hey, Gravy! Are you just watching? Or are you, like, drawing? Are you doing laundry? Like, what y'all doing? Because I'm never one... I know I'm streaming right now, so it's pretty ironic to say this. But I'm never really one to, like, just watch streams. So I'm curious on what people do. Playing Baldur's Gate. Dude! What's up? Karlach. She's on my list. She's on my list, I promise. Guys, did I just try to give him 6 fingers? AI alert! I tried to give a man 6 fingers. Ignore me, guys. That's crazy. I don't think my brain would have the ability to do that. I love that you guys are just watching. I think that's fun. But, I don't think my brain could physically focus on one thing for that long. Yeah, I wonder who put her there. I wonder who put Karlach in the suggestions box. Freak. Okay. Creep. That's messed up. Bro got me. Bald ass head, give it a little shine shine. What an absolute freak. Oh my gosh, you're asking crazy. That's ooh. If I had power over the Transformers franchise, what would I do? Kill John Hasbro. I would kill John Hasbro immediately. Just for everything he's done. No, but no. Well, yes, 100% factual. Just for everything he's done ever. Um, well, first thing out the gate, I'm making Transformers 1. I'm making a sequel to Transformers 1. That's the first thing I'm doing. Is making a sequel to Transformers 1. That's immediately what I'm doing. Second of all, um, good question. Uh, I would, cause they say, cause I don't know if you saw this, but Hasbro put out an announcement that they earlier, I think in 2024, that they were starting to put more effort into gaming, purely because Transformers 1 didn't work. Like, it didn't make a lot of money for them because their marketing was shit. But they decided that they were going to put more money and effort into gaming, and then they never did. The one game that was going to come out never did, and it was almost done, and it just got passed around to too many companies, and then they scrapped it. Like, it was almost done. They had playthrough footage, and they scrapped it. And then any other games that have come out have been just like shitty mobile games. So first thing I'm doing is making a sequel to Transformers 1. Second thing I'm doing is making a actual cuz War for Cybertron is so good, which are the Transformers games that already exist. And if I had the opportunity, I would make more games like that and make a combat RPG with Transformers on Cybertron. Obviously, I would make it on Cybertron. It it would be great. Yeah, those are like the two things, and I would just focus on, because the two things that people love them, they love it when it's more adult, when they steer away from more kids. Some of you might know how I feel about Earthspark. I'm so conflicted about it. I love it, but I hate it, and mix of emotions. But I would bring back more adult-driven shows. Like it would be like Skybound and TFP, like a middle ground between the two of them, and I would make a show like that. Good question though, because I always look at what Hasbro's doing and I'm like, bad. Whatever you're doing right now, horrible, bad move. John Hasbro, if you can hear me, change your ways. See the error of your ways and give all power of the Transformers franchise to me. Separate. I love War for Cybertron. It's really fun. It's good. But I would want to make something brand new, because I feel like everything Transformer tends to be, I feel like it tends to be sequels, and in general, I think people are starting to get tired of, me too, getting tired of remakes and sequels. Not all sequels are bad, and not all remakes are bad, but dear God, I'm so sick of it. I would want, not that it would be a bad idea to make a third one, but I feel like it's been so long. I would play it if they came out with a third one, obviously, but I would love if they made something new. So if I had the opportunity, I would make something brand new. Brand new. And Alita would be a key component. It would be so great. I would love Because I think it would be... Yes. Yeah. I want them... Here's the thing. I just want them to do something with it. Because they don't do shit. They don't do anything. They're like, we're gonna do this, and then they never do. They're like, we're gonna do something new with the series. They never do. Skybound's awesome. And I really, really like the way it's going right now. But I'm worried about the franchise as a whole. Not like 2 entirely, because I think especially Transformers 1 really woke up the fandom and spread it a lot more. But even still, I get worried for the fate of the franchise. So I would just want to focus efforts on actually doing shit, you know? Like, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to be something. Something has to exist. The 2 things going on right now cannot be Earthspark and Skybound. That can't be it. Skybound's awesome. Earthspark was good. It was really good. I loved season 1. Season 1 was so good. Loved season 1. And even just on the toy line, looking at the toy line as a whole, I would actually I would put out good shit and not just constantly repainting G1. I wouldn't just do G1 repaints. I know there's good shit out there. Like, I just got the new Blockies, Legacy, Shockwave, and Soundwave, and they both look fantastic. I think they're some of the coolest figures I'd have. B, I would give more toys. I would do more figures for Ratchet. He gets nothing. That's my goat, and he has nothing. Nothing. I would make Jazz a focal point in anything again. He's meant to be the right hand, and he's just gotten shoved down the line. I have a lot of opinions. Always. Can y'all even see this? Hold on. There you go. I do have a full 6 hours. I do! I could yap for days. I could yap for days. On anything. I almost made an entire video just on the whole Alita Prime situation. I almost made a whole video just on that. Because I think people are being dramatic as hell. I think people are being so dramatic about that. Have you read Skybound? I would try to. I would try to. I would make Alita more of. I sound like an Alita Glazer, which I am. I totally am. I would make Alita more of a focal point. I would definitely try, because I miss the OGs. Because I feel like Ironhide has also, like, Ironhide's been pushed aside. Like, I haven't seen Ironhide in anything. Since the Michael Bay movies, Ironhide hasn't been in shit. So I would want more Ironhide, more Jazz, Prowl, Ratchet. Like, I want the OG crew. I miss them. I would try and push more Alita. I would try and push more RC. Just to have them more in the front. But I feel like the original crew has just gotten so pushed aside. And I don't know if you'll agree with me on this or not. You probably... I wouldn't be surprised if you do, because a lot of people have similar opinions, is that we need to tone it down with the Bumblebee shit. I love him. That's my son. He's great. I'll never hate him in anything, but I think the best thing Skybound did was kill him off in the first page. That's the best thing Skybound did this entire run, is immediately kill Bumblebee. That is the best thing they could have done. He's gotten so much of the spotlight for so long, and it's hogging other people's time, and he's, like, become, like, the second main... He's been, like, the main character in the face of the franchise for so long. It's the same way I feel about Wolverine with X-Men. Like, these yellow fuckers are taking so much page time and screen time away from other characters. And merchandise. Jesus. Like, I understand. I like him a lot. That's my guy. I'll never hate Bumblebee. He's fantastic. That's my little dude. However, even I can be like, okay, we can tone it down a little bit, because it's gotten to the point where he's just swallowed the screen time of everyone else, and we can, like, shift him to, like, a side character, which is what he was, and should be. Like, I love when he's the focal point stuff. Like, I feel like Transformers Prime did a really good job of that, honestly. I think it had the right amount of Bumblebee. I think it was the perfect amount. He's there, he's part of the main crew, but he doesn't take up the entire fucking thing. Like, he's not the focal point. And there's episodes where he is the focal point, and that's good shit. Oh, that's some of the cream of the crop right there. But I feel like we need to give the others a chance. Please, dear God. But yeah, I would stick with the 84 for the main crew. And just try and give, like, Alita a little more screen time. Give RC a little more screen time. Yeah. That's, like, my main thoughts. What an absolute creep. Look at this little freak. I do miss some of the 84 cons. Like, I feel like Astro Train isn't in anything. Blitzwing. I feel like with the bold! Horrifying. That mostly, I think, goes with the bots. Cons, I think I'm, like, toss up. Because I like what they do with some of their, like, some of the stuff they've done with the new guys. I like it. But but I really like some of the cons in like I'm not entirely against bald. My eyes. But I'm not entirely against new guys for the cons. I would like some of the other Seekers to get a spotlight. I would kill to have Tarn and have the DJD like in a show. That would be sick as hell. They would have to tone it down like a little bit. But like having Tarn, even just Tarn, putting Tarn in there, putting just thinking of it, Overlord in there. Like I feel like some of the characters is from like the IDW comics, just like putting some of them in there. Fantastic. Would be amazing. I think it's good like to have some more of the IDW centered inversions of those characters in a show would be really interesting. Because they're not anywhere else. I would love if Skybound eventually puts Tarn in the run. Yeah. We did. And I love Tarn. And he's great. I love a good fanatic. I love a good that dude's crazy. I love a good just like where it's the main guy where it's like it's Megatron. It's the main guy and then there's just one dude who just gets really into it and even the main guy's like, "Whoa, man. That's a lot." I love that trope. It's great. It doesn't happen often. Doesn't happen a lot. Doesn't happen a lot, and I want it to happen more. I want some dude to just get really into the cause. I love a freak who just gets really into the evil cause, where even the main evil bad guy's like, whoa. That's a lot. That's a lot happening right there. I love talking about Transformers. I will talk about it for years. I could never stop. You could just let me go. Guys, I look like I'm making a Warrior Katsu suit. I think Transformers is one of the best fandoms I've ever been in. Not just like I don't know, I think it's pretty chill over here. Cause like I know some people are like, the fandom's crazy, and I'm like, well, I've been in a lot of fandoms. This one's pretty chill. Being a fan of this is it's pretty, like, people get really into it, but I don't think I've never encountered anyone who's just outright an asshole that wouldn't be an asshole in any other aspect of life. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you're just being super uptight about this, like, it wouldn't surprise me if you're a jerk about other things. But some fandoms are just, people get really passionate and really insane. But I haven't really encountered too many people that just kind of overall just suck. Except for, like, you know, like, some of the others. If you know what I mean. I mean, every fandom has their outliers. We've recently had a situation with somebody that got banned from a convention. No, I don't think it is. I feel like we're pretty chill. I feel like we're pretty chill. I think there's two different sides to the fandom. I think there's Bayverse people and then the rest. I think there's Bayverse fans and the rest of us. And I think the rest of us are like the pretty chill, cool. I think like the Bayverse fans are like their own like little pocket, where it's just a bunch of dudes glazing on a man who is not a good director. And they're just like, it's the best. And there, I think wherein lies is like the worst parts of the fandom. But I feel like the rest, overall, is pretty chill. I feel like we're pretty relaxed. Ugh, it's so bright, and I don't know how to change that. You just get to see my face in bright shining light. But anyway, I feel like the rest of us are pretty relaxed. Oh man, where'd I put my pencil? Ah, there it is. Love comics. I love comics so much. Love comics. Big fan. Big fan. Big fan. Big fan. But yeah, I feel like the rest of the community, trying to get out of the... What's a horrible... This is a horrible... It's just very bright right now. I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know what you mean, man. Yeah. That and the whole Navi situation. If you know about that. That happened recently. I think those are like the two things where it's like, yeah. I think those are like the big ones. But I think every fandom has their like really weird people who are just weirdos. Because I think it's not even like a. Because here's the difference for me is it's like everyone is gonna have their weirdos and freaks, but there's a difference between being like a bad person overall and being just like a bad fandom, like a bad about the fandom, like you're a bad fan, you know, like not good at being a fan of something and then just being there was a whole thing. They got banned from TFCon LA because they threatened to get real comfortable with Peter Cullen because they have an obsession with Optimus Prime that deems into the unhealthy. So they got banned. Okay. Dude, you're being so loud. Cat is playing in my paper. Jesus. It's bright as hell right now. Look how overexposed my face is. If I lean forward, it's better. But not by much. God damn. Let's try and... Yeah, there's nothing I can really do about it. Ugh. Irritating. I just get to be really bright. There we go, guys. Horrifying. I wouldn't stop making these. I would just give at least 50% of the effort that is used to making bees and Starscreams into making Ratchets. That's just personal preference. That's not okay. That's not even personal preference. Why does Hound have more like figures? Why does Hound have more figures than Ratchet? No hate to Hound, but like, come on, you know? Yes, I agree. I think there's a difference between being like honest about how you think about something, because like I will like go on a rant for how like I don't like things in for days. Like I'll go into rants, but I still love it a lot, and I won't. I feel like there's a difference between being critical and just hating because here's what gets me off. So here's the difference for me, is when people are like, oh, I don't like this particular thing. When they're like, oh, I don't like this. And there's a difference between not liking something, or you personally, like, not being a fan of the way a story is going or what a thing is doing, and it being bad. Shut up, no, shush. I agree. I like Movie Hound more. I think I liked him a lot. I thought he was funny. That's like, he's like one of the only shining lights of the Bayverse movies for me, is Hound. I liked him a lot. But anyway, hush, Neptune, hush. But I think there's a difference between, like, oh, I personally don't like this, or I don't like this trope, or I don't like what they did here, and saying it's bad. There's a huge difference, because I think it's a lot to say something, this is bad, and here's why it's bad. I think and I feel like that's in a lot of internet discourse specifically about anything, is, oh, I'm just not, like, a big fan of this, versus, this is bad, and here's why it's bad, and you shouldn't like it because it's bad. I'm gonna argue why it's bad. And that, I think, isn't helpful in, like, any situation. Because it's totally fine to have your own personal preferences and think that something isn't, like, it's like, oh, I don't think this is very good. But there's a difference between being like, oh, I don't think this is very good, I think it would have been better this way, and being like, this is bad. This is bad. Why do you like this? This is bad. This is awful. Boo. She's mad. I wasn't including her. It's a sausage. But there's a difference, I think. And it's a pretty important one. Absolute freak. We have a cat in stream now. There's a sausage. She's my love. This is my daughter. Mommy look a lot more pale. I gotta say. The lighting is not helping. I agree. Hi, Ghost. Agree. I completely agree. And I think that's why a lot of, like, fandom discourse gets so heated, is because people aren't saying, oh, I don't like this. Because I haven't seen a lot of people being like, oh, this is, it's like, oh, I'm not a fan of this, and people getting genuinely upset and being like, you're not a fan of this? You don't like this? I think it's different, because then a lot of people don't say that. They say, oh, this is bad. This sucks. This is bad. Because then that immediately, because if someone's saying that, because then it's the implication of, oh, you like this? That means you like a thing that is bad. Why do you like a thing that sucks? Because you might not be a fan, or it might be not, like, the best. But that doesn't mean it's outwardly bad. You know? It's just like a whole thing. Hi, baby. I really want to I want the sun to set. I need it to pick a direction. Okay. Alright, on to the next one. That was gross. I hated drawing that. We're on to something else. And if somehow, even though I have another 5.5 hours. If I somehow don't finish all of the suggestions in that time, I will draw them and post them anyway. I'll draw and I'll draw all the suggestions. Jarvis, blow up the sun. I won't die if I don't. Well, that's funny, because now, after all that Bumblebee slander, I got asked to draw Bumblebee. We're gonna go G1. I'm not looking at any references. I'm just going for it. Yes. I'm just doodling. Honestly, it's not even G1 Bumblebee. It's just, I'm gonna just draw a little guy, and he's gonna look like Bumblebee. This is how. I don't ever draw them without noses. They look wrong without noses. I don't like it. We're gonna go pupilless, actually. Your nose. That keeps happening. No, I have not drawn Shockwave with a nose. To be fair, I don't know where I'd put it. I'm gonna give it a smile. I'm gonna do a little. Yes. Yes, I would. Transformers 1? Absolutely. It's fantastic for newer fans. I think it's more fun if you're an older fan and you know lore stuff. Just from like, like Easter eggs standpoint. But if you don't know like anything and you're like a newer fan, yeah, watch Transformers 1 it's fantastic. Highly, highly recommend. It has some of the best moments in the franchise. It's so good. Highly recommend. See this bullshit? See how I have to draw? See why things take forever to draw, guys? Because I have to deal with this. All up in my space. All of them? Not more than me. Who is this us? Okay. I have read I'm dropping some crazy lore here. I've read every single IDW comic. Every single IDW Transformers comic, I've read it. I started in 2005, and I read the entire thing. 444 comics. I've read all of them. I have elite ball knowledge. I didn't have a lot of stuff. Yeah. I didn't have a lot of stuff going on. I didn't have a lot of stuff going on in December, so I read 444 comics in 3 weeks, I think. I think it took me like 3 weeks. Someone do the math, because I don't know how many comics that is a day. Yes. That's how I read them. I own some of them physically. From some of my favorite runs too. I have one of the preludes to Dark Cybertron. I have Infiltration. I have some good ones. Yeah. Yeah, I read all the IDW comics. I read some of the older Marvel comics, just the more like iconic ones. I shall. I will. That's where I read all my comics. Allegedly. Because I have elite ball knowledge? I do have a lot of crazy, like, I have lore in here. And I also have a brain. I retain information insanely well. If I learn something once, I know it for the rest of my life. Not like, oh, I hear it once and then I'll never forget. It's more like if I learn something, like if I read about something, if I study something, I will remember it for the rest of my life. Bye. If you're talking about the scavengers in IDW, those are, uh, they were Decepticons who, they were they were Decepticons who, they're Decepticons, but they're just dudes. They're just dudes that were like, oh shit, the war's over. And so post-war, well, during the war, they were all like buddies. And then the war ended and they were like, shit, the war's over. You want to still hang out? And so they kind of had their own little side adventures and went and did their own things. And then when it comes to like like greater lore stuff, they end up finding Grimlock in IDW after he's been kidnapped, and then he turns into more of like the Grimlock, King of Dinosaurs, you know, the one that we're used to. Because in IDW, in the beginning, he was just like a normal dude, and then he became more Big Grimlock, leader, that guy. Later on. But I love those guys. There's a whole section of one of the comics where they're like pretending. It starts out with like a, you never know when your brothers are gonna betray you, and it's a whole monologue with like dark imagery of like they're hiding and they're fighting, and it turns out they were having like a water gun fight the whole time. Really funny. I was dying laughing because they were taking it so seriously. It was over like pudding or something. I don't know. It was just really great. I love those guys. They were highly entertaining. Misfire, that's my goat. I would love if we had scavengers in like a TV show. Cause I love Misfire. He's just like a fun guy. Yeah, I saw it in theaters. On like opening day. It was awesome. I was worried I wouldn't be able to see it. Cause I got tickets. I got tickets when it was only in like 400 theaters. But I loved it. It was really good. I love Iron Lung. I think it's really good. I don't think it's like the most perfect movie ever, obviously, but like it was really good. And I think a lot of people were expecting it to be I think a lot of people are really used to like slashers when it comes to horror films and not existential, slow burn, eldritch horror, which is definitely what Iron Lung is. So I think a lot of the criticism comes from that. Like they weren't expecting it to be that way. But I think it was really good at what it was. Is gonna be a lot of people's favorite? No. But I think what it is successful at what it wanted to be. Most perfect movie ever. I personally, I know. I'm trying to think. Most perfect movie ever. Objectively, probably something like Oppenheimer, Interstellar, Good, the Bad, the Ugly. I think those movies that are more like they make you think, there's some action, those are definitely the most wide regarded great movies. And I agree, they're not like not like they're bad movies. But I think a movie that's able to make you leave the theater thinking about something else and changing something in like changing an aspect of your life or making you think about different things makes it a perfect movie. But I don't think there's one way to make a perfect movie or one bad way to make a perfect movie. I don't think there is such a thing as like a perfect movie. I don't think perfect isn't a thing in at all. But even from just a movie perspective, I think it's very personable what you consider to be good. So I think a perfect movie, theoretically, would be something that appeals to everyone in a different way. Like no one comes out of that movie with one take. No one comes out of the movie with one feeling about it. Movies that generate conversation, I think that creates it perfect, as close as you can get to a perfect movie. My personal favorite movie right now is definitely Sinners. Sinners is my favorite movie. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of Christopher Nolan. I'm not a big fan of his. I think a lot of his stuff, it's good, but I don't think it's like fantastic. I think he makes good movies. I don't think everything he makes is good. But the stuff he has made that is good is great. You know what I mean? Like when he hits big. But he also has a lot of misses. I don't like any of the Avatar movies. Which I know is but I don't like the Avatar movies. I think they're beautiful. I think the story and the characters are bland as hell. Sinners is really good. Sinners is my favorite movie. It just is. It's so good. I love Sinners. There we go. He's a bumblebee. You're right. You're right. My God. Because I feel that. What was I thinking of? Hold on. I agree. I don't think it needed sequels. You're right. You know, with Nolan stuff, I think he has some absolute bangers on his roster, but I don't think he's like insane. He has some great movies. He does. Like Oppenheimer was great. The Prestige, I think, is super underrated, and not enough people talk about The Prestige. It's really good. That's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. The Batman movies, great. But that's about it for me. I think Interstellar, good. Not my like. It's okay. Like it's okay. Like I'm not a huge fan of Interstellar. It's good. That's like my strongest opinion about Interstellar. It's good. It's good. I don't see it in the same vein as like I don't know. I don't think of it as like, oh, this is it's the sci-fi movie. It's good. It's good. I'd give Interstellar a solid like 7 out of 10. It's good. It's a good movie. I don't hate it. I just don't have any very many strong feelings about it, which is what makes a good movie for me. Tenet, meh. Inception, meh. Inception was stolen from another movie anyway. The Batman movies were good. The second in the Dark Knight trilogy is the best. I think the first one is okay. I think the third one is good. I think the second one is great. The Prestige, very good. Insomnia, meh. Yeah. Hmm. But yeah, I'm not excited for the Odyssey. I'll tell you that right now. That's gonna be trash. Already. I know I'm not gonna like it. Cause I'm not one of those people that's like a huge like historically inaccurate. Like I'm not like that's historically inaccurate. Like not I'm not like a huge snob. But if you're priding your movie on being historically accurate and accurate to the times and to the text, and then it's not, then I think less of you. Automatic. I'm just like, this is gonna be the most historically accurate. No, it's not. Automatically. I'm looking at the armor. I'm looking at the costumes. It's not. It just straight up isn't. Even the guy you cat, like it's not. It's just not. Anyway, Bumblebee. Look at him go. He's so cute. I hate this. I hate this is taking up so much of the page. I should have drawn it smaller. Oof. I am sleepy. Sleepy, sleepy guy. Hmm. Not gonna lie, gang. I'm real tired. I am sleepy as hell. I've been up since 9 and basically drawing since 10. I think I'm gonna have to end it here. I know, but I have a busy day next week. I start my new job next week, and I gotta get some stuff in order tomorrow because I start on Monday. Starting out. I think I'm gonna have to end it here. I know I said I'd go till 10, but I don't think I physically would be able to. Because I think it's one thing. I know I'm gonna sound so stupid saying this, but it's. Sausage, you want to take over? Sausage. You want to take over? I know you can't see it. She's taking a nap and she's looking at me like I'm insane. She's like, Mom, what are you talking about? I know I said I'd go until 10, but I don't think I'd physically be able to, because this is gonna sound dumb, but it's energy. I feel like I'm socializing and my social battery is dying. And I'm also trying to draw at the same time. So my art battery and my social battery are just like at the bottomest bottom that they could be. But here's the thing. I am going to draw every single suggestion still. I just think I can do it in silence and in darkness and not being sociable. But if I get like a resurgence in energy, I'll hop back on. I'll make a post on YouTube and I'll make a post on Instagram if I hop back on. But if not, I will post. I'm gonna be posting all of the sketches on Instagram and on YouTube anyway. So you'll get your stuff. But I like this. This is my first time ever streamed. I like it a lot. Chatting with you guys is fun and drawing is fun. I think 12 hours for my first stream ever was a little ambitious. I think that was ambitious. And not in a good way. I think in a bad, I'm too tired way. Especially after the last couple weeks I've had. But no, this is fun. I like doing this. I'll definitely do more of these. I'll get all these sketches done and I'll probably post them all on Monday. Just put them all out there. Yeah. I'll probably try and stream in the evenings, because, you know, job. I'll probably try and stream in the evenings more often, because I really like it. So I think I'm gonna have to end it here, or else you will see someone fall asleep on the stream. But it was really fun chatting with y'all and drawing and stuff, and I got a lot of good suggestions in here. So, yeah. I'll draw some urban animal. I will. Alright. I'm gonna have to call here. Alright. Bye, guys. Thanks for hopping in. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. Yeah, that. There. Bye.